Hello, welcome to Hatton Games. Today we'll be breaking down a round between NiP and TSM on Dust 2. So after going for a successful pick out long with Forest AWP, NiP decided to take a mid-round call to A. Unfortunately they didn't have the full 5 to execute the strat as Get Right died early on, so NiP powerhouse short with a wall of smoke blocking off TSM's vision entirely and securing the plant for short. Because TSM were already a man down on the A site, they decided to play it for retake at long, resulting in not much resistance to the plant. Once the smokes had faded, they waited for their teammates before going in, and NiP held their own in the aim duels to close out the round. Going into the POVs now, we'll start with Forest, who opens up with the pick on long A. Instead of running with it, he drops back and returns later to short in order to smoke the top half of the A bomb site. After the smoke is thrown, he flashes site and then flashes long. His job is the first line of defense, covering any site pushes from the CTs. Exist sits at short and molotovs the site before the initial execute. He then sets up for his smoke for the bottom parts of the A site. He gets flashed in by his teammates and goes straight for the plant whilst they are all still throwing multiple flashbangs. After he gets the plant, he sets up at quad boxes, which is a really strong spot to crossfire from. With the attention on Forest at short, he can make a surprise play and nail any CTs in the side. Unfortunately for him, he actually gets wallbanged by Karrigan with the AWP. Ali's role during the execute is to smoke off the crossover and to scatter flashes on site, and more importantly, goose. He then holds the flank until Freiberg takes over and goes back to help Forest on site. The 2 kills that Ali makes here are crucial and ensures that they win the round. Freiberg smokes middle straight off the bat to get the fast map control. Exist eventually flashes him up short to clear anyone playing close. When they begin to execute, he throws his last flash towards A ramp and pushes up to help cover Exist from anyone still sight. Once the bomb is down, he holds the flank of short and actually makes a decision to push all the way to CT spawn. This was probably because Exist could call that 2 of the TSM players were pushing up through CT, and at the time NiP had all 4 members still alive, so he managed to take the risk. The fact that both Forest and Exist died just as he commits to this play makes him incredibly out of position, but thankfully Ali did enough to hold the retake on his own. From Karrigan's POV you can see that he switched up to Cajun B's AWP that was dropped. He holds a more passive angle from the car, hoping to get at least 1 pick off before falling back into an A retake. The wall of smoke blocks him off perfectly, and it's hard for him to avoid the extra flashes that are aimed at A ramp. This forces him to fall back straight away and hope one of the NiP members gets impatient and peeks long. Of course NiP knows better than this, and Karrigan just flashes over the site for his teammates to push up from long and CT. From here it's just a firefight on short, but Karrigan does manage to land a really nice wallbang onto Exist, who is holding quad. By the time he reaches the site he is out of time and opts to save his AWP. The thing I find so powerful about this strategy is the fact that even if you're up against a full A defense, it can still work wonders. The trick is to have made enough of a threat out middle in previous rounds so that the A site player feels like he has to rotate between CT spawn and elevator. The one spot that can shut this strategy down is if he decides to play at goose. Simply setting up your crosshair on the plant spot will be enough to cause major havoc and probably just mess up everything. This is why it is imperative that the CT side never feel comfortable there and that their forces are stretched between CT spawn and the CT elevator. Also, assuming your default goes perfectly and you lose no players, you can have the extra man lurking at long, which is where I'm sure Get Right would have been if he was alive. Hopefully you guys found this breakdown useful and can incorporate it into your own team games. As always, thank you for watching and I'll see you guys next time.